the site just to make sure we're actually live before we get started.
Welcome to our
we're
tech
live.
show. Oh my. Hello, everyone. Live from my grandmother's basement. We are the Trash People. And this is Gatsby, the Trash Cat. He's better than all of us. I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, the keeper of the Canon.
And we're really super excited today for two big reasons.
Yeah.
One, we're using StreamYards for the first time.
As you can see by that cool duck up in the right-hand corner of the screen, if you're watching live on twitch.tv/wearetrashpeople.
We didn't choose a duck to represent us or Planet Scum Live. No, we would have chosen this glorious creature. But yeah, there's a duck, which means that we can highlight your comments coming in. And that means that calling into this show is going to be easier. We hope that it will go off without a hitch. But if it does, you will get to see how we fix it.
And see, highlighting comments works like this. Dave McDougall said, woo, because we're live.
Good job, Dave.
Thank you to Dave for also promoting the show today on the Discord.
You're such a sweetie.
You're a sweetheart, Dave.
And we love you. And today, the other reason I'm so excited is that tonight on Planet Scum Live, Geth is going to be talking to none other than the Chris Gethard show's Cipha Sounds.
Yes. And Chris Gethard presents Chloe Hilliard.
And
Ricky Velez.
Most awesome comic to watch of some year that we're going to have the exact date of coming up soon. But yeah, we're really excited to watch these awesome people. We're really excited to talk to all of you about these awesome people. And at the top of the show, I'm going to give you a little rundown. We're going to be talking about Mr. Cipha Sounds last because I know that he is very beloved. He's a radio DJ.
Yes, at Hot 97.
For a very long time.
Hot 97.
And we've never been able to experience this, being people on the West Coast. The most East Coast radio I got was Howard Stern every single morning of my youth, which explains many things, I think, about my life. But if any of you grew up with Cipha Sounds, if any of you listened to Cipha Sounds or listen currently, we would love to hear from you who got to listen, got to be exposed to them. And we'd love to hear your stories. So let's get on started. We are the Trash People. We talk about the people that you're about to see on Planet Scum Live. We're now in our new time slot as the pre-show, and we have exactly 16 minutes less than an hour to get all of this because 6 o'clock starts the pre-show, at 7 o'clock starts Planet Scum Live, and then at some point that ends, and that's when the after show starts.
We are the bread in this big block sandwich.
Yes.
So
we got to get started.
Let's talk about Cipha. So Cipha...
I thought we were talking about Cipha last.
We're doing Cipha last. You're right. Let's talk about Ricky Velez.
Yeah,
first.
So we'll talk about people. We'll show you a clip, and then we'll give you an opportunity to call in and tell us what you thought about that clip or anything else about that person.
So first, Ricky Velez. This is his bio from the Just for Laughs website. Born and raised in Queens Village, New York, Ricky attended New York City public schools and attended high school at the Frank Sinatra School of Performing Arts. After graduation, Ricky tried his hand at college, but soon found his heart was still in New York City and still on the stage. He began his stand-up career at the age of 19 at New York Comedy Club, and the rest, as they say, is history. And he appeared on the New York Comedy Festival's 2015 list of 10 comics to watch. So that was the exact year. He's also... Oh, you got it.
This year. I was going to talk about what's happening this year in but a month.
Yeah.
In but a month, you will be able to see Ricky Velez in a movie. It's going to be coming out streaming because there are no theaters open. But it's The King of Staten Island. It's a Judd Apatow movie with him, Pete Davidson, and... If I select my link to the synopsis, there are no trailers for this movie. There are no trailers for this movie because I don't think they were able to put trailers together before everything shut down. This was shot, it started shooting last year. And yeah, it's still coming out, which is super cool and exciting. But essentially, it's about an individual like this cat with a...
That was our clown skull falling to the ground.
He's decided that he's going to replace the clown skull as our icon. Yeah, this is no longer about Chris Guthrie Presents. It's now about Gatsby.
Oh, now he's leaving.
And now he's leaving.
Now that he's caused chaos.
Now that he's toppled our idol, he is on his way out. But yeah, it's about Pete Davidson, who basically has like a state of Arrested Development on Staten Island, very New Yorky, hanging with his friends, the two friends, Ricky Velez, and Moises Arias, or Moses Arias. I apologize. Moses Arias. He's from something called 5 Feet Apart, which is really cool. And Lou Wilson, which is very awesome. We're going to be able to check it out in about a month.
And then there's also Derek Gaines in The King of Staten Island, who is the co-host of Monroe Martin III's No Need for Apologies.
Oh, sick. That's really cool.
Yeah,
we've totally seen them.
We've seen them, and that's really cool. And I love that there's a Monroe Martin connection with a couple of the people on this episode.
Yeah.
But and so he also, Ricky, that is, appeared on 56 episodes of The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore as a contributor, and appeared in 21 episodes playing a character,
which is super awesome. And we have some clips from that.
Yes.
Is that the first clip? No, first that we have for you is a stand-up set from the Just for Laughs Festival. I believe that this is from not too long ago, correct?
Yeah, this is relatively recent.
Yeah.
It's from August 8th, 2018. So grand scale of things, pretty recent.
Yeah. And it's really great. Let's show it. Or let's roll the little bits that we wanted to see. We did like pick out, so we're not just like watching a 5-minute clip. Let's go to 0:48 and hear him talk about anxiety. Oh, this is my favorite bit.
Oh, this is a good bit.
He has a lot of good bits that we have written down, but I think this one is my favorite. We will see for obvious reasons.
And let me know if you have any issues hearing anything.
Yeah, let us know. Type on in if you can't hear or see what we are doing.
Live with anxiety. You guys know what anxiety is? It's a white people disease I caught from my Jewish girlfriend when she sneezed on me. That's how you get it. That's how that shit's passed around. She was like, achoo. And I was like, I'm nervous about everything. This shit sucks. It's not a real disease. It's not. I grew up in the hood. There's no such thing as anxiety in the hood. There's no gangbanger in the hood tonight. Like, yo, I can't do a drive-by. There's too many dudes in the car. I feel like the walls are caving in. My hand will get sweaty. I'll drop the gun. But I have anxiety, and the minute you tell them the doctors you have anxiety, they just try to put you on pills. That's all they do. They just try to put you on pills. I refuse to do it, so I smoke pot. But pot doesn't help because I live in New York. If you live in another place, it works. It works. I was just in LA. You get hot.
So yeah, that's the favorite clip. We hope you were able to hear the first part, which was about catching anxiety from his Jewish girlfriend. I feel like I'm a carrier. I feel like I'm spreading it around now. I'm like, oh no, all the goys I've ever dated.
This guy.
Did I give you anxiety?
I was also born with it, but
maybe it's Maybelline. Let's check out the next little bit that we love is about him and children. Baby starts at 2:28.
2:28 it is.
Mm-hmm. Stops about 4:28. We can just stop it after like the bit. It's sort of, we apologize for like the awkward starts and stops to these videos. What you really need to do is watch them.
Will make you not like shit. My friends are having kids right now. I'm not about it. I'm not. You have a kid, keep it to yourself. Don't ask me godfather. My best friend called me, I want you to be godfather to my first kid. No, I don't want to be godfather. That means if you die, I get it. That's not a good deal. I don't like that. Your kid was conceived at Benihana's. I don't trust your decisions. You're not a good decision maker. I don't want to be the second string quarterback to this kid. And then he has the kid. You got to go do kid shit. You got to go hold the baby the first day it's born. The first day at the hospital, I'm standing there with the baby in my arms. It's not even the right color yet. It's like a purple tinted baby. And everybody, give it a kiss. No, it was semen 9 months ago. Let's give it a bath. How about that? I got socks underneath my bed with older semen than that child. How about you kiss one of those? How about that? I'll kiss your kid. But I'm an asshole, right? Ricky, stop it. That's my girl. Ricky, stop it.
Yep. So I love that. How long ago were we seamen?
I mean, like, whatever your age plus 9 months,
Yeah,
I suppose.
30 years ago, I was seaman.
Yeah, 32 years ago, I was.
Let's check out him talking about growing up in New York. Starts at about 4:17.
Okay.
My favorite part about growing up in New York is I grew up in a bad neighborhood. I live in a good neighborhood now. I get to see all the people that ruined my life as a kid. I get to see them as adults have shitty lives on Facebook. And if you don't use Facebook that way, you're not using it the right way. That's what it's for. I got one kid, he stole my bike in the 3rd grade, stole my wallet in the 12th. Yes, I'm friends with him on Facebook. His life sucks. It's amazing. I get status updates on how bad his life is going all the time. The other day, he wrote a status to his dead dad. Hey, dead dad, love you, miss you. Hope I never disappoint. Fuck you, like your dad's up in heaven, like, yo, let me check my Facebook. That's a dumb thought. You don't get to heaven and still have to log in. That's hell. Like, that's awful. No one even liked his status. I felt bad. I have a heart, so I made a Facebook as his dad, and I wrote him back. I was like, hey, it's me, Dad. I just got back from the Tupac Biggie concert. That was a lot of fun. P.S. You are a disappointment, and Ricky Velez wants his bike back, bitch. Guys, you've been a lot of fun. I'm Ricky Velez. Have a great night. Enjoy.
I love the Facebook as his dad. He has a really like nice little dark streak through his comedy. Definitely the like asshole character, but a much more I'm trying to compare him in my mind to Martin or Bono. In terms of like people who do the asshole persona. You know what I like about him is that he seems laid back.
Yeah.
Even as he's being sort of uptight and mean, he's chill about it. So like I don't get like ramped up. Like there's some comics and some younger comics who just come in like yelling at the mic.
Yeah, he does a very good job of avoiding that. And then I also just love I mean, well, it's always cool to see comedians who have a more clubby style within the Gethard sphere, because so much of it comes from more of an alty scene, that it's always an interesting shift to see a comedy club people doing their jokes. But I think that, like, you can see in that one, some of Ricky's jokes have that, there's the like absurdist element to it is something that his comedy has in common with some of the more alty people, despite such a different delivery style.
Absolutely. I would love to invite at this point, if anyone wants to call in, if you have any thoughts on Ricky Velez, if you've seen him anywhere else, if this is the first time you've seen him, please feel free to call in. Forrest is going to do the
post the StreamYard
invitey
link
thing
in, I guess,
in K-Scum Lounge. Join us, and we're going to check in with his appearances, or one appearance
on the late night on the what now? Oh my gosh, brain fart. The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore.
Larry Wilmore.
Yeah, Larry Wilmore.
My brain was like, you forgot. Panic about
former
it.
Daily Show correspondent, and he was involved in the creation of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as well. So
very excited.
I like Larry quite a bit. And
yeah, so this is a character essentially that he's doing.
It's Ricky in character as a Nightly Show correspondent, and on this video, it was after we were starting to normalize, we being America, we're starting to normalize a relationship with Cuba, and so Ricky popped in to give us a nice overview of
the situation,
the history of America's relationship with Cuba.
Yeah,
and he's very interestingly insightful, I'll say, about just how we got to that point.
audio? We apologize for the no audio on this clip. We're gonna try it out. It's.
I mean, see what happened.
Ha 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 ha.
Fun fact: so if you're using StreamYard, when you try to share your Chrome tabs, doesn't remember that you wanted to share audio.
No.
Ricky. It was down in missile crisis. All right. It was back in like the 50s or the 60s. I'm not sure, but missiles were flying at Cuba. And Magneto was down there, and he was like, no thanks. And next thing you know, Professor X got shot in the back, and now he has to be in a wheelchair. It's all messed up.
Ricky.
It's all messed up.
This has nothing to do with Cuba. This sounds like X-Men First Class.
Do you want me to file my report or not, Larry? Let me know.
Right. Sure. No.
I can go?
No, yes, please, go ahead.
So then after the whole missile thing, America was like, we're not talking to you no more, Cuba. Bye, bitch. And that was that. But that's the 60s. Now we're in the 70s. Next thing you know, Michael Corleone goes down there to confront Fredo because he knows what he did. So Michael says, you're going to have to die in a boat. Bam! 80s.
Wait. Ricky, I think you're still talking about movies.
Yeah, documentaries. Can I finish?
Yes, please. Finish. I can't wait to hear what happens.
So then Al Pacino is so bummed about shooting his brother, he gets all Tony Montana. He's like, first you got to get the money, then you got to get the power, then you got to get the women. So then it's like, say hello to my little friend, and you... And that's where we're at with Cuba now, you know.
And that's where we are. That's where we were.
Yep, that's where we were. So you're welcome for this history lesson.
Yeah, I mean, when really you should be thanking, assuming you're thanking us, you should really be thanking Ricky.
Yeah, exactly. And that's Ricky Velez. Is anyone trying to chat?
I don't see anyone in the waiting room.
That's
so we'll move on to Chloe Hilliard.
And at any point, if you're like, actually, I wanted to talk about Ricky, you totally can. We love you. And we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Chloe Hilliard. Oh, I had so much fun watching her clips today.
She's great. I love her stand-up so much.
So this is the bio from her website. Who is this Amazon? Chloe Hilliard is a larger-than-life comedian. Well, that's because she's 6'1" and rocks a killer afro. Born in Brooklyn, New York, and raised in a large Hasidic Jewish neighborhood, Chloe has spun her unique experiences into side-splitting laughs. Once you know how to tell a story, you're set for life. As a journalist turned comedian, Chloe Hilliard is entertaining the masses with her wit and ability to find the humor in everything. For over 10 years, Chloe was a culture and entertainment journalist, writing for The Village Voice, Essence, Vibe, King, and The Source. For her expertise on hip-hop culture, she's appeared on CNN Headline News, ABC News, Our World with a Black Enterprise, and C-SPAN.
Her work has been featured in Best African American Essays 2009. She made her national TV debut on NBC's smash hit Last Comic Standing and has appeared on Access TV's Gotham Comedy Live, Comedy Central's The Nightly Show, and True TV's Almost Genius, and MTV's Acting Out. And CGP fans will remember Chloe from her appearance as the stage manager on System Failure with Monroe Martin III, and as herself on Sandwich Night 9, Hobbs and Slaw.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to show you this video. This one is in accidentally marching in protest. Where she talks about, and this
is from 2019.
This is from 2019. So it starts at about 1 minute, 30 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, she does really cool stuff with sort of contextualizing where she is in terms of like how she thinks about things and cultural change. I feel like a lot of her journalistic influence like comes through in her jokes, the way that she places herself within the context of what other people are talking about.
So yeah, here we
go. Oh, way back.
you
Let's
said it started
go
at a minute
to.
30.
I absolutely thought that it started at a minute 30, but I think let's start at a minute.
Okay. I think it ends at around a minute 30, potentially. Let's see.
Let's
Come
see.
on this journey with us.
Yeah.
Every day he made me feel like I'm a bad.
Oh yeah.
I
So
love the millennial.
there we go.
All right, I'm 38. He's 23. Every day I wish I dropped him.
This is her little brother.
Every day he makes me feel like I'm a bad person, right? He's always checking me about things that I didn't know were now out of vogue. One day he walks into the living room. He has on a peach t-shirt. He goes, Chloe, what do you think about this shirt? Is it too feminine? I'm like, no, it's a regular peach t-shirt. He goes, trick question, gender's fluid. Get out of my house! I didn't sign up for this. Do you understand? That is cultural entrapment. You can't trip me up on stuff I didn't know was out of. Another day he walks in, we're having a conversation. He was like, I'm going to this bar around the corner. And I know that this bar is a gay bar. So I was like, oh, look at you going to a gay bar. That's so progressive. He goes, Chloe, we don't say gay anymore. We say queer. Now, I feel like an old lady because I grew up with queer being a derogatory term. You didn't call somebody queer unless you was ready to fight. So now I'm puzzled because I'm looking at my 23-year-old millennial brother like, where did you broke motherfuckers get their PR budget? To spin this word around. Do you understand?
So that's what I meant by my like strange vamping. I loved how she like places herself within a cultural conversation without putting anyone down or making anything strange, but just turning to the absurdity of like, how do words change in meaning over time?
Yeah, I like.
Are they getting PR firms for this?
Yeah, like I loved the absurd imagery of the PR firm behind all cultural, like linguistic change.
Especially given that there's this like fear among the phobes that it's like, oh, it's big trans, it's big queer. They're trying to do big gay. They're turning on
really well
media.
On the idea of the gay
they're
agenda.
totally doing all of these things, and it's just like, what are you talking about? You're got like a PR firm. Why that word? Yeah. So that delighted and amused me. I would also like to share with you her share why she's too tall to protest, starting at about 3 minutes. Yeah. This is from Accidentally Marching in Protest. That's the name of this video. As you can see underneath.
Tall to march. I'm 6'1". I'm head and shoulders above those people. That's just 2 rubber bullets to the dome. I don't want that. I don't want that. No, thank you. You know, then they start throwing tear gas. It's just gonna rise up to my nostrils. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't even put milk in my eyes. No, thank you. I'm not protesting over whatever the goofy bullshit of the day is. I'm sorry. I'm a native New Yorker. I've done my fair share of protests. Don't look at me like that, okay? Because in New York, you just turn a corner and end up in some shit like, what we protesting today? What, dolphins? What are we, mammoths? What are we upset about? I'm just trying to go to the drugstore and get my plan B. I didn't know.
I love that.
I love the hype. It's so good.
Yeah, it's really fun. I just love that one. I also wanted to share with you.
It also reminds me of what Gethard said on a Planet Scum Live recently about how San Francisco is like the most East Coast of West Coast cities, because I related to that joke so much. Just about
everything. There being a protest everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of true. You walk downtown and you're like, oh, cool. Another building that's like, you know, fucking unions.
So I guess
it's
I mostly related to it for college.
All terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do get to see lots of inflatable rats, generally deserved.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, but
yeah, no, it's just that like they should be up all year round.
I just like getting to appreciate the art design.
But speaking of exploitative systems.
Oh, yes.
Things I think we will all relate to is a little bit about her feelings of about student debt and the state of the world. That'll be about 5.
I still have student loan debt. I do. I graduated 20 years ago. I graduated college. Oh, yeah, 20 years ago. No, that's not true. A long time ago, I graduated college. And clearly, I didn't study math. But I'm just saying, I still have student loan debt after all these years, right? And my thing is, like, I don't ever want to pay it off. Like, that's my FU to college. I hope this earth burns down before I get a zero balance on my student loans. You understand me? I want to see an asterisk coming. I'll be like, fuck you, Bursar's office.
I just love that.
I related to that one.
Fuck you.
I loved that one. I love it. But I think that I think what's interesting is that, like we talked about with Ricky, Chloe's style is a little bit more clubby than some of the comedians we see on CGP Planets Come Live.
She's doing a character.
No,
primarily.
that's a big part of it. Yeah, but there is that the absurd imagery that they both paint is definitely something similar. Like
just like a heavy like pro-social liberal anti-capitalist like protest, but in a very hilarious and absurd clubby way.
Yeah. And she's
so charming.
There's a lot of
she just gets you on her side.
There's a lot of from This Week at the Comedy Cellar, which is what that was from, and Chloe's amazing. And also she has a book out called Fuck Your Diet.
Yeah.
You should get and read or take in however you want. But now we get to talk about TCGS regular.
Aren't we gonna show her on System Failure?
We didn't. Do you have time codes for that?
Or I have time codes for live at the 44 Carlton.
I don't have a link for that though.
That's fair. It was just in the YouTube, and I clicked it and I looked on down. And I enjoyed myself. I watched a couple of her clips. Just watch them.
All her clips are amazing, but we also should.
And you'll have a good
move
time.
on
Let's
to
talk
Cipha,
about
make sure
Cipha
we're ready for
Sounds.
we're out by the pre-show time.
Exactly. We have exactly
19 minutes.
19 minutes left, and we're going to talk about Cipha Sounds. If you want to talk about Cipha Sounds, call us.
Yeah, the link is still in K-Scum Lounge.
Is in K-Scum Lounge.
Oh,
and
McDougal reposted it. Thank you, McDougal.
Thanks, McDougs. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Cipha. Cipha's pretty awesome. Here's his bio from the Rock Nation website, and boy, is it a bio.
It's a great bio.
Most DJs spend their entire life in the shadows. No matter how well they control the crowd or dazzle on the decks, they remain anonymous heroes, lost in the darkness of the booth. Yet Cipha Sounds is not most DJs. They're hosting Hot 97 morning show for over 7 years. I jumped like a line. I apologize.
Doing stand-up comedy around the world or producing and hosting his monthly improv show, Take It Personal.
He has a monthly improv show?
Cipha does, and Cipha radiates personality, driving every project with his likable demeanor and confident tastes. Just as comfortable on stage as he is behind the turntables, Cipha has carved out a distinct voice in music and comedy over the past 15 years.
Cipha got his first break interning for Funkmaster Flex. Funkmaster Flex.
Yeah.
That's awesome of a name, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Funkmaster Flex. I already have an image in my head of like this awesome steampunk alien.
Well, he
DJ.
was also a host of the first hip hop radio show on Hot 97 in New York.
That's
Funkmaster Flex is like
the dude.
Yeah.
He's the dude. His tireless work ethic and perceptive DJing skills earned him opening spots at legendary New York City night spots like The Tunnel and The Pallium. Soon after that, Cipha found himself spinning for Lil' Kim, Mos Def, and Jay-Z on national tours, and rocking private parties and album release galas for superstars like P. Diddy, Eminem, and Mariah Carey. Whoa! That's some Hollywood shit right there.
Yeah.
Most importantly, Cipha learned how to break new records, helping turn once unknowns like Sean Paul, 50 Cent, Pitbull, Rick Ross, and Rihanna,
Yeah.
creator of Fenty, the most glorious transcendent makeup I've ever seen. Oh, yeah,
And
he made
maintains
them
a-
into superstars.
He also maintains a healthy sense of humor on the mic. Cipha's ear for talent and club-honed musical instincts also made him a natural A&R executive, a position he has held with labels ranging from Ruckus and Tommy Boy to the Neptunes' Star Trek imprint with Pharrell Williams and Rockefeller with Jay-Z. In 2003, he took an even bigger leap into the music industry and began hosting Sucker Free and TRL on MTV.
Ow, ow.
He's also set a goal to take over the improv comedy world. After being a student at the UCB Theater for over 2 years, Cipha now has a weekly sold-out Take It Personal hip-hop improv show where a different hip-hop celebrity tells a true life story, and Cipha and his team of improvisers perform a complete live comedy show based on those stories.
That's so cool.
Guess
That's
on
like
the-
cooler ASCAT. It's
I mean,
like
it's
ASCAT,
similar to ASCAT.
but with not improv nerds, like giving all of the monologues. Not to shit on ASCAT,
I mean, ASCAT's great.
but it's
But
cool that it's the ASCAT formula with
Yeah.
more people.
recent guests on that have included 2 Chainz, Victor Cruz, Swizz Beatz, Questlove, Kevin Hart, Zoe Kravitz, Tracy Morgan, and more. Cipha has teamed up with Alicia Keys to turn this improv show into a television series, which I want to see really badly.
Is it out? It
don't know.
exists.
I haven't seen it.
All of these media stowed away places where we can't touch them. Burn down the walls.
There's videos of
Free the MP3s.
there's video of Take It Personal that you can see on YouTube.
Play them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He performed
some.
it at the Pit in the New York City NYC Improv Fest as well. And here's this.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see this. We are watching this together officially. Join us if you would like, or just watch.
Bring it together and have some fun. If you're ready to have some fun, make some noise right now. Yeah.
Just skipping ahead to see the storytelling.
Read those. Accounting's off from jail. Is that what you just said? What type of shit is it? Okay, it says
Is that
poop. That's your suggestion. Poop.
I don't know.
Metamorphosis. You can't read. You can't read. Metamorphosis and these nuts. I don't play those games, say.
Looks like a cool show though.
Yeah. It looks
and then-
super cool.
You see this guy?
Oh shit!
I think
Wait, can we see some of the improvising?
I'm
like
trying
some
to
of the
find it. I
storytelling,
think
the
it's in a different
improvising?
video. This one's all the story. Oh no, there's some improvising.
Let's watch some improvising.
Good.
I also think I
Ladies
see.
and gentlemen, give it up for my brother Mano right there.
I also think I see Duke Ponzetti, aka Noah Foreman.
Okay, you gotta pick that one. Growing up. Never just yelled out my sign.
Oh, is that?
Hey, never.
It's also Phil Jackson.
I am. Yeah, I'm reading on a Kindle. How to find the love of your life. Oh my God. Yeah. Think of it in a lifetime, right?
But also, we wanted to highlight the fact that Cipha was a fixture of the Gethard Show on public access
Yeah.
too, which, knowing all his improv training and that he has that improv show, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
He appeared on a public access version of TCGS on the What's on My Head episode, The Night of Zero Laughs 3, The Night of Zero Laughs, and Goodbye Random Gene, where he gave Jean a Hello Kitty balloon to wish her farewell. And of course, he was the guest on the True TV episode Pandora's Call-In Topic. And so, yeah, we have a link in Case Come Lounge if anyone wants to call in and share some of their memories of Cipha. or
Yeah.
any of the or Chloe Hilliard or Ricky Velez?
Yeah, we have just about 10 more minutes. And I would love to propose to you, Forrest,
Sure. Yeah.
that with some of these final 10 minutes,
We go back to that.
yeah, we watch some more of the
Yeah.
Cipha Sounds improv show because that sounds awesome. That means that they're probably going to be able to convince him to do Zoom improv shows, which is very cool. And yeah, I'm really
honestly,
curious about what they're going to talk
I wouldn't
about.
be surprised if
He
was
has.
already doing some, just because he came from improv later.
And he came from broadcast.
Yeah, like I think he's going to be less dogmatic about it having to be live.
Yeah.
Do you guys want some coconut water? Gotta stay hydrated. Gotta stay hydrated.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great.
Have bacon.
You know. Okay, well then this will be like blood for you, right? Jamaican doctors, help! We've got an emergency. Kung Fu, get in here, get in here. All right, and a whole bus has been turned over on our big Jamaican highway. It's terrible. We got to do a mass transfusion. I've got a lot of Vita Coco, but we're
The guy go fetch 2 pints of the coconut water. How many people on the bus?
14 people.
We need more coconut water than now. A lot of people come through the last few days now. We don't have a lot left. We need to do some. I need 6 coconut water.
Yo, I really appreciate y'all coming to my first show. I've been working on a lot of new lyrics, and I think I finally got the right material.
He's so out of shape. Yeah. Sorry. Just remember you when you were thinner. You're so little. Eyes. Yeah.
Why'd you stop it?
Huh? Because I was going to just say we could also call it a show.
We could call it a show.
And tell people that they should go to Discord.
Yeah, they have 9 whole minutes.
Yeah.
9 whole minutes that we could spend watching the rest of this improv sketch. I don't know.
Okay.
I really want to see.
I've been having a gland issue.
Okay. Yeah. That's not a real thing, right?
Last time you didn't show your skinny guy.
No, it's I have an over-modulated gland or something. It's making me gain weight.
Sure.
It's a lot of
Which one?
water.
The doctor never told you which one.
He did, but I don't pay attention. I don't
The
know.
hamburger gland? Over-modulated hamburger gland?
No, I don't remember that.
Do you eat when you feel sad and this is a giant excuse? Let him know.
Wow, I feel targeted right now.
I do eat when I feel sad. It helps me get through, tough times.
What
But
do
the
you
problem
eat
is I also eat when I'm happy, to treat myself.
So
turns
you
into a
tuck
whole
yourself in at night by eating cheese fries?
Yeah.
Protein in bed.
The Chelsea Diner on 9th and 23rd, they make the best cheese fries. They have like a turkey gravy.
What I love here is there's 3 improv things
Right.
that I noticed that they did, which is really cool. So the first is an opening that's like, thank you all for coming to my show. That creates like an instant, like where we are. Like I am performer,
We have a
y'all
call.
audience. We have a call from Eric Germ.
Eric Germ.
Eric Germ, welcome
Hello,
to the
Eric.
show.
Hi. Love it.
Hello.
Love this prep for the show tonight. It's a good
Thank
good history
you so
lesson
much.
and an in-depth history lesson, which I appreciate.
Tell
Thank
us
you.
something that you learned that you thought was really exciting, or something that you want to share with us that we did not share.
Well, Forrest, if you're on our Discord at planetscum.live, I'm going to send you a picture here that maybe you could bring up as soon as I find it. I have a lot of pictures. I got kids.
Oh shit.
Heard of kids take a lot of pictures.
Yeah, I heard that's the biggest problem is just eats up your phone battery
Oh my
and
God.
your storage. That's the
40%,
biggest
40%.
expense, right?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's rough.
that's
It's rough.
all kids. I mean, college is like nothing to that. You know how
So in our
expensive storage
in our
is?
famous K Scum Lounge, I've posted a picture that it was on TCGS True TV era when I was on the Skype queue for Cipha Sounds episode, but I did not make it.
Oh, yeah. Let me share that because that is so cool.
Oh my gosh! So you were gonna say something to Cipha, but you didn't get to.
Well, so the topic of the show that night was episode topics that never made it to. See, there's me up in the corner. I had my green screen.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And oh boy. Yep, there it is. Long hair and everything. Mutant fingers.
I love it. Oh.
But it was the episode was episode ideas that never made it to air. And as each one went by, I was like, oh, I have a funny answer for this. Oh, I have a funny answer for this. And then Robbie Hoffman's famous, which family member would you sleep with if you had to? And I if I got on the stream, I think my reaction would have just been like, and then very visibly just click the disconnect button. That's all you can do.
That is the only way you can win the game is not playing.
Yeah.
Like 4D chess way out of that. I like that.
Yeah, I'll be called a coward. Whatever. Luckily, this community is not known for remembering obscure things that happened.
Yeah, thank goodness we're in one of those that just lets sleeping dogs lie.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Oh yeah.
mm-hmm. It's one of the great things about us. That's why we were in that Vice article over at planetscum.live.
Planetscum.live.
Vice famous planetscum.live. Eric, we have just moments before this show ends and the pre-show begins. What is something that you are super excited to hear about from these people? Is there a certain question that you would really want to hear them say? Are you most interested in how they look, how they interact with each other? Do you have a wish list for tonight?
Oh man, I just hope that they complain about the audio, because that always leads into excellent tangents that stray away from whatever they were talking about in the first hour, and then the next 3 hours are just ramblings. So it's going to be a good show tonight, I think.
I'm so excited for this show.
Oh, so excited. Is there something that you learned on this show that made you really excited? That you're like, wow, I didn't know that, and I'm really pleased and want to learn more about that comedian?
Human fish sighting.
Yeah,
that was exciting.
Oh my god, the whole Cipha in UCB, which I knew in the back of my head, but not in the front of my head.
That was sort of the thing, is I knew it happened, but it didn't land correctly for me to go, oh, I should Google his improv show. Yeah.
And now that I see it, I'm so excited because it's such a beautiful workshop. Even you see the initiation, you see how it's all against one, which is a really nice dynamic.
And they did a lot of very
intimate
endowments.
Everybody's very close together.
Yeah,
they all seem to know each other. Their stage picture is really nice. You're right, Eric. How they arrange themselves. Yeah.
Didn't we talk about the fur coat?
My fur.
In
my
the chat,
stole.
In the chat, I think it was.
Yes.
I'm just making sure it's getting its propers. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
This is an excellent stole. I got it from my great aunt. And when I got it from her, she was this old Russian lady, and I'm not sure if you can see. It's this really just soft, super soft fake fur, and on the inside it's silk, and it just hangs. And I'm like, Mila, when did you do a bunch of Molly at a music festival? When was it that you did that and you needed your spirit hoodie? Because this is what a spirit hoodie is.
But I want to highlight that as Purple Hat has mentioned in the Discord, there is a pre-show happening in 2 minutes. So get yourself over to planetscum.live and enjoy Planet Scum online with Miel and Purple Hat.
What's that Discord again?
Oh, that link again is planetscum.live.
Planetscum.live.
I'll be there.
Well, we'll see you there.
We'll see y'all there, friends. It's not a night in good con. It's let's get along with it.
Good night.
Oh.
See you later and good clock.